Well, it's a great day at our open door boat shop because our TotalBoat Sport Dory is complete and we're just about to launch it. Now, we are going to carry it right out the front door, right to the boat ramp, but before I do that, there's a few things I'd like to say. One of the things is that I want to thank Jamestown Distributors for being our sponsor because it's been a great relationship, believe me. It's been fantastic, and without them, I don't know how we would have gotten away with it. The other people I'd love to thank is our viewers. Our viewers have been wonderful. The comments have been fantastic. It's really given us the food that it takes for us to be able to continue, really. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to continue. And today I've got Caleb with me. We're going to carry the boat right over to the boat ramp. I'm going to show you a few other things about it, and we're going to take it out for a row. So let's pick it up and take off.
Good.
So you can see that two young guys like Caleb and myself can easily carry this boat from the shed over to the boat ramp, which is at least 150 feet or so. And you can carry it from the beach up to where you'd like to put it upside down on the beach. I haven't made the boat so big that it would take 4 guys to carry it. And I think that's a real advantage when you only got a few people around. We're putting it in the water skeg first here. I've got the heel of the stem sitting on a little piece of carpet on the boat ramp. And that's just to prevent it from getting scratched up. The boat doesn't draw much water, so you don't have to push it out very far, just a few feet and it's floating. Okay, we've got our Sport Dory in the water, and I'm going to climb in. And the first thing I'm going to do is take my port oar and put it in place like so. And then my starboard one, and I just like to show you a few things about the boat before I go for a row. I do have the other 2 seats in it. People were asking me why I didn't put those seats in. I had every intentions of putting seats in it all along. That's why I left the seat risers this long. But, you know, I wanted to do a little bit of research on where I should put the seats and different things like that because I really wasn't convinced. One of the things that I did find out is that when I sit in this center seat to row it, and I have somebody sitting in that seat, if they're facing me, I have to have them quite a distance away, otherwise my oar will get in the way of their knees, you see, and I wouldn't want that person to turn around and face the opposite direction. Now, the forward seat is a little closer to the center seat, and the reason why is that if you were to row the boat from the forward seat, if you put another set of rowlocks on it and rowed it from the forward seat, it can be closer because this person's going to be facing aft like this so he doesn't get in your way. So it's been thought out a little bit, and I think it'll work out really well. The other thing about it is that seat right there is probably in the right position so that if I were to bring it down to the beach in a light surf, I could turn around, sit on this seat, and actually push the boat with the oars this way. Hold on to it, Caleb. Yeah, I could push the boat like that to pick up a wave, and then I could use the oars as like a little bit of a brake so that you can get the boat facing the right direction in the surf. Now, whether or not I can actually surf it like this or not, or if it needs another person with me, you know, it'd probably take a little bit of experimentation, but we're going to do those things with it. And the other thing I'd like to show you is that a lot of people ask me why I didn't put a little platform for my feet. Well, I wasn't totally convinced of where the seat should be. I think it's in the right spot at this point, but what I've always done is tied a little line from the seat riser to the other seat riser, and I just put my feet against that line like that. So I'm pushing against that line when I row, and that works out really well. So the other thing that I wanted to show you is about this little line that I've got right here. Now, this is a little thing that I kind of came up with myself, and you know, I'm hoping that it really helps me out if I was in the surf. When you're in the surf, you've got a danger of losing your oars. So what I've done is I've invented this tiny little system right here. You put a line around the oar twice, and then over and back down around the seat riser, and you tie a little clove hitch in it down in here. And now, if I was in the surf, that oar, I can actually feather the oar. I can turn the oar for rowing like this when I want to turn it, because you have to feather the oars when you row. But the oar won't go out, you see. It also won't go up. So I can't lose the oars. If I were to roll the boat over in the surf, the oars would still be there. I could climb back on board the boat and hopefully the oars would still be there. Now that's something that requires a little bit of experimentation as well, and I'm not going to get around to that today, but I wanted to show it to you. It's a quick idea. I haven't seen it done before, and I've been trying to figure out how it would be that if I had this type of a roll-lock and I rolled the boat over, how would I not lose the oars? I can't go swimming after them and all those kinds of things. So I came up with this system. Maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll have to get it in the surf to find out. But let's take it for a little row. Well, this is what I've been waiting for, and it's exciting to me. I mean, maybe sitting in this rowing seat, I don't look excited, but believe me, in my heart, I'm excited because everything has come together. The design work, the building of the boat has been an awful lot of fun. You know, I got tremendous amount of response from everyone that's watched our videos and different things, and it's just been an experience of a lifetime, really. There's my good friend Kenneth on the pier as I row out. He comes up and spends 6 months out of the year with me every year. He's from Jamaica. He comes up and does some cooking and some hanging out and some shell fishing, and I really enjoy him. He's been a fantastic friend to me, and I'm sure glad to have him. I can't wait for him to come back next year. I think he waited till this boat was complete before he decided to take off this year, and he's just about to board the plane and take off. I'm going to really miss him when he leaves this year. The first thing I notice is how well the boat moves in the water. We're in awfully calm water right here, and you can see it moving along really, really easily. And I hardly have to pull on the oars at all. I can just dabble with the oars very, very lightly, and the boat moves along really nicely. I don't have to really pull on it awfully hard. Of course, I'm not battling with any wind or anything right here. This is a perfect opportunity just to see how well it moves and see what kind of wake it leaves and everything, because it isn't disturbed by currents or by wind. All right, I've just broken out into a little bit of open water here, and there's no wind this evening, so I don't have to cope with that. The boat really rows nice, and it carries nice, like I said. Look how nice it carries. One stroke, and it just carries right along. And it also goes nice and straight because of that skeg, so I guess that worked out pretty nice. The other thing that's really nice about it is just like the skiff, I can hear the water just slapping against the hull up forward there, and it's, like I said, when I had the skiff out, it's a very familiar sound, and it's pretty. It really is. I could stand a lot of that. Sorry about that, man. Now I just want to show you a little bit about my rowing technique here. I'm feathering the oars as I lift them out of the water like that, so they don't drag in the water, as well as when I return them up forward, they don't push in the air, because that would slow the boat down tremendously. So you have to be very careful about how you go about rowing like this. It's something you develop after a little while. I mean, I guess I developed it when I was a kid, because I haven't rowed in quite a number of years actually, but it kind of comes natural to me really. And I also think I did the right thing on putting the roll-locks 14 inches after the seat, because I can really reach out and get a nice handful of it. And the boat just carries so nice. Just so nice. It's covering ground like crazy. I wish I was out in some sloppy conditions, because the boat would really be performing really nicely. But I'm going to take it out in some rougher water before it's over, that's for sure, before I let it go. So look at that, it just carries in between. I don't even have to make another stroke, and the boat just carries along, because it's got a little bit of weight to it. Like I said, I didn't build it too light. Look at that. I'm using a set of spruce oars today. They're 7 foot 6 inches long. I'm going to let these oars go with the boat. I didn't make these oars, but they seem to be just about the right length. I'm going to make a set of ash oars that are going to be 8 feet long, and they'll be on eBay for sale as well. This set of oars right here is just about the universal size that you need to row a boat like this. You know, some people would have a sliding seat in a boat like this and outriggers and all those things, and I think it actually limits what you can do with the boat. The seat certainly takes up more space, and I think it makes the boat a little bit maybe less convenient in different situations, like if you were in the surf and different things like that. So I think this is the way to keep a boat like this in the traditional fashion, with the row locks and the oar locks right on the gunnels, just the way you see it right here. I just think that the boat is very universal like this. It pleases me. I'm certainly hoping that whoever gets their hands on this boat, it'll all please them as well. All right, well, this is really a good time, actually. I've always enjoyed rowing, and I guess I can tell right now why I used to enjoy it so much. It's just fun. It's fun being out on the water like this. It's nice and quiet. I'm away from the crowds. You know, it's just great. We're in a different style of boat than you see today, and yeah, it's just great. I'm having a great time. So, you know, I hate to give this boat up, but it's gonna go, and somebody's really gonna be happy with this. The other thing that's wonderful about a flat bottom boat like this is its ability to beach properly. Now, you can beach it with the bow up a little tiny bit and walk up to the bow, and it doesn't roll over like a keeled boat would. You know, you can pull the bow of it right up on the beach and step out without even getting your feet wet. You know, you do whatever it is that you want to do on the beach, and you can step back into it. You just dab your feet a little bit in the water and step in. You don't even get any sand in the boat or anything like that. By the time you get to its rowing thwart, the boat is just really drifting right off the beach all by itself. You know, I can sit down, make a couple of strokes, turn the boat around, and off I go. Much like the skiff, the uses for this boat are really limitless. I mean, you can go fishing in this boat, bottom fishing, tautog fishing, flat fishing, sport fishing if you like, bass fishing, out to the clam flats, take it home with a couple bushels of quahogs in it. It'll row safely with 3 or 4 people in it. You can use it at the beach in the surf. The unobstructed bottom is something that I wanted right from the beginning. I've got it. The boat's still strong, whether it's got dory frames in it or not. Again, it was the right thing to do. I just can't say enough about how well this boat carries. You know, it's just a culmination of all the things that I've designed into it. The length of it, the weight of it, the position of the seat and the row locks, and all of those things work together to make a boat that really rows really, really well. Boy, I'm having some fun now. Look at the ground this thing covers with each stroke. I mean, the quahogs are even looking up wondering how in the world can this boat go so fast without an outboard motor on it. So I'm rowing it along as fast as I can row it here right now, and I'm just going to stop rowing and see how well it carries. Just look at it just carrying right along all by itself. You know, a little weight does the trick. Very nice. Oh, really, it's really, really a nice night here. The sun is close to going down, but not down yet, and it's a nice calm night. It's a great night for a row. This would be the type of night that I would go out every night of my life rowing if I could, if I had the time, on my own rowboat. You'd see me out here every night. Just another way to get exercise. This is really nice because it's got scenery involved and pretty smells, and you're able to see all kinds of fish and all kinds of different things, and this is just a great way to go right here. Rowing is a great exercise, really fun. I'd also like to announce that this boat is on eBay for sale right now, and we're taking bids. So go there, there's a link in our description, take a peek at it again, look at the videos all over again. I just hope that somebody gets this boat that'll enjoy it as much as I have already. Well, this has been a great project, really. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's been a challenge. You know, it's not something that I didn't do and not learn something. I learned a lot of things along the way. I think I've taught some people some things along the way. People have certainly taught me some things along the way. It's taken longer than a boat like this would normally take to build, but we weren't just building a boat, we were making videos at the same time. But this is the moment that makes it all worth it. I feel like a kid again out here rowing around the harbor. You know, I can't wait to get it out in some surf because I'm going to row it like I used to row some boats. It's a little bit of a challenge and it's a lot of fun, and hopefully there'll be some videos of that as well. I just want to say a huge thank you to Jamestown Distributors and TotalBoat for being our sponsor. I mean, they make it all possible. And I also want to thank our viewers because our viewers motivate us. It's been a tremendous motivation. The comments are just fantastic. I read every one of the comments, take my word for it, and I learn a lot from them. It's great to be in conversation with the people that watch our videos. You know, we love it. We want to keep it coming. You know, if you keep watching, we promise to keep the building coming.